Living alone, especially as you grow older, is often portrayed as a peaceful and empowering experience. You get to do what you want, when you want, without any interruptions or obligations to others. While this is true to some extent, there's another side to the story that doesn't get talked about as often. Things you won't hear until you're living it yourself. I've gathered wisdom from countless platforms and forums, and I want to share what most people are saying. This isn't just my experience, but a collective one from those who've walked this path before. And it's not all bad, it's just real. So let's talk about the parts of living alone as an older person that people don't tell you and how you can make the most of it. 1. You have to be your own emergency backup. One of the biggest surprises about living alone in your later years is realizing that you are your own safety net. There's no one around to notice if something goes wrong. I've read stories of people who fell and weren't found for hours, or even days because no one was checking on them regularly. One Redditor shared how they had to start carrying their phone everywhere, even in the shower, just in case. While this might sound a little extreme, it's a good idea to think ahead about your safety. You might consider wearing a smartwatch or medical alert system, especially if you live in a more remote area or don't have close neighbors. One woman shared how she installed an emergency key lockbox outside her house. That way, trusted friends or family could get in without breaking a window, if something ever happened. 2. Loneliness can be a real struggle, even for introverts. Most people think living alone is a dream for introverts, and for the most part, it is. But even the most solitary people can face bouts of loneliness, especially as they get older. Many on forums mention that their social circles have shrunk over the years. Friends have moved away, retired, or passed on. Meeting new people can feel more challenging. One elderly gentleman shared how he'd go days without having a single conversation. He loved his independence, but missed the casual interactions, like chatting with someone about the weather or what's for dinner. For some, adopting a pet has been the solution. As one woman said, "My cat might not talk, but he's just always there when I come home." And that makes all the difference. 3. Keeping up with home. Maintenance can be overwhelming. As we get older, our energy levels change. And tasks like cleaning gutters, mowing the lawn, or even vacuuming can become more exhausting. I've read many stories of older individuals who let chores slide simply because they no longer had the stamina. One woman kept a list of home projects, but often put them off because tackling everything alone felt overwhelming. If this sounds familiar, don't hesitate to ask for help. You might hire someone for the heavy lifting or ask family and friends to pitch in occasionally. Downsizing to a smaller living space is another option, making life more manageable. 4. Your daily routine becomes sacred, and that's okay. When you live alone, your daily routine can become your stability. Whether it's a morning coffee on the porch, an afternoon walk, or a favorite TV show in the evening, these small rituals ground you. One woman in her 70s shared how she starts her mornings by playing the same song while making breakfast just to fill the quiet house with energy. Another man explained that watering his garden every evening wasn't just about the plants, but the sense of purpose it gave his day. These everyday moments can be special, providing structure and joy. 5. Cooking for one can be tricky, but rewarding. Cooking for yourself can feel like too much effort when you're living alone. Many people default to frozen meals or takeout because it's easier, but learning to enjoy cooking for yourself can change your perspective. It's less about the labor and more about caring for yourself. Try batch cooking or making meals that last for a few days. One woman shared how experimenting with new recipes became a hobby, transforming the act of cooking into a small act of self-care. 6. The quiet can be both a blessing and a curse. Silence is something people don't expect to hit them as hard as it does when they start living alone. The house can feel too quiet, especially in the evenings. Some find peace in this quiet, while others find it unsettling. One woman started leaving the radio on while doing chores to fill the air. Another man listened to podcasts all day to feel like someone was talking to him. On the other hand, the quiet can be a gift. offering space for reflection and recharging. 7. You need to be intentional about physical activity. Living alone can sometimes mean fewer reasons to get up and move. Without a partner or housemate encouraging you to stay active, it's easy to become sedentary. Many older adults online shared that their physical fitness declined after they began living alone. Incorporating physical activity into your routine is key. Whether it's walking, stretching, or joining a fitness class, keeping your body in motion lifts your mood and helps maintain your health. One woman even got a dog, purely to ensure she stayed active. 8. Your sense of time may shift in unexpected ways. Without the rhythm of another person in the house, time can feel different. Many people online mention that time either stretches too long or slips away unnoticed. This happens because there are fewer external cues, like a partner's work schedule, to structure your day. Creating your own rhythm can help. Stick to a loose schedule or engage in hobbies that give you something to look forward to. 9. Decluttering becomes both easier and harder. When you live alone, decluttering takes on a new significance. On one hand, you don't have to negotiate with others over what to keep or toss. But on the other hand, every item in your home holds memories, making it harder to let go. One woman admitted that she held on to things for sentimental reasons, even though she knew she didn't need them. Simplifying your belongings can bring peace of mind. And decluttering doesn't have to happen all at once. Start small and take your time. 10. Social invitations might decrease, but you can create your own fun. As you get older, you might notice social invitations start to dwindle. It's not that people don't care, but their lives become busy with family and work. Instead of waiting for others to invite you, take charge. One woman shared how she stopped waiting for the phone to ring and began inviting people over for coffee or organizing small events. Whether it's starting a book club, hosting a movie night, or organizing a walking group, you can shape your own social life. 11. It's easy to neglect self-care, but it's more important than ever. When you live alone, there's no one to notice if you're neglecting self-care, whether it's wearing the same clothes for days or skipping meals. It's easy to let things slide, but you deserve the same care and attention you'd give to someone else. Prioritize self-care, whether it's cooking nutritious meals, keeping up with medical appointments, or doing things that make you feel good. Living alone as an older person has its challenges, but it can also be deeply fulfilling. You have the freedom to create the life you want, and that's something precious. Surround yourself with what brings you joy, and don't hesitate to ask for help when needed. There's a whole community of people, just like you, finding their way through it too. Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss future content. Thank you for watching.